She's got a gun. Someone call 911. That's what our HOA president screamed the day she saw my wife step out to grab the mail, clutching something at her side. This wasn't just paranoia. This was the moment Karen from across the street had been waiting for. She'd been watching us lurking like a hawk all week, sure she'd caught us red-handed. Within minutes, 3 police cars ripped into our driveway, sirens blaring, weapons drawn. You ever feel your heart stop in your own front yard? Because what happened in those next 42 seconds didn't just flip our lives upside down, it set off the biggest scandal Maple Grove had ever seen. Now let me back up a sec, because nobody just ends up in a mess like that by accident. Moving day should have meant a fresh start, right? Amanda and I had picked Maple Grove Estates for its promise of peace, a clean break after what she'd been through losing her sister Lisa 3 years back. Amanda, with her steady nerves and sharp mind, she's an FBI agent, financial crimes, had seen more than her share of darkness. All she wanted was a home where she could finally breathe easy. But home, turns out, can be just another battlefield. We'd barely waved goodbye to the moving truck when I stumbled on a yellow document tucked behind a garage shelf. Miller Jackson Financial Crimes Division. Rodriguez Lisa. Case status closed, suicide. Amanda's maiden name stared up at me like a bad omen. Scribbled notes, numbers, a phone number with our new area code. My stomach dropped. Lisa's case had been closed right when she died, chalked up to unfounded allegations. And yet here I was holding a file filled with red flags, barely unpacked in our so-called safe new neighborhood. That's when I heard heels sharp fast, like a starter pistol. Welcome to Maple Grove Estates. If you've ever met a suburban queen bee, you get the vibe. Diane Parker looked like she owned every blade of grass on our street. Mid-50s platinum bobs, so perfect you could measure your porch by it, eyes that missed nothing. Cream blazer, a binder the size of a law textbook. She introduced herself with a handshake colder than November. I make it a point to personally greet all new residents. But her eyes, they zeroed in on that police report I was holding. Her face flickered just for a split second, snapping a picture of the dock number with her phone, pretending it was the time. Police paperwork, she chirped, all fake casual. Just some leftovers from the last owner, I lied, tucking it away. Her lips curled. Interesting. Sometimes they leave the darndest things. I felt her looking right through me. Amanda came out jeans and a plain jacket blending in. To Diane, she was fresh meat. And you must be the other half, she purred, staring my wife down with the precision of a customs agent. What do you do for work, Amanda? All honey and knives, consulting, Amanda replied, giving nothing away. What kind? Financial analysis, risk assessment. Nothing too exciting. Diane grilled us like a pro, where we worked our schedules, what we knew about the house's past, every answer filed away in her brain. The Rodriguez family had difficulties, Diane mused, voice dripping with meaning. Amanda's smile froze. Really? What kind? Just a misunderstanding about standards. Nothing the HOA couldn't resolve. But you could hear the threat in her tone. That's when it hit me. Diane knew about Lisa. She wasn't just welcoming us, she was checking for weaknesses. Amanda read her like a crime scene. That night I showed her the document. The wife I loved faded, the agent emerged. She's taking inventory, Amanda said. We're on the board now, we just don't know the game. Day 3. Amanda decided to go on offense. She left her FBI badge on the kitchen table. She's probing for a fight, she said. Let's show her she picked the wrong family. I worried it would make us bigger targets, but Amanda was steady. Better to own the story than let her run wild. She was right. Diane wasn't just some nosy neighbor. She was running her own little CIA. We met Diane by the garage, Amanda casual but alert. Rodriguez. Diane repeated, tasting the name. Didn't we have a Rodriguez family here once? Amanda didn't blink. My sister Lisa lived here. Diane smiled like a cat with a trapped bird. Small world, Agent Rodriguez. Very small world indeed. That was the trigger. Suddenly, Diane was the alpha, turning Amanda's badge into a liability. You understand the need for proper procedures, Diane said, voice velvet over steel, especially for residents in sensitive professions. She'd weaponized HOA rules against us, and the board was ready to play. By the end of the week, we were buried. Emergency $50,000, fence bill bogus fraud alerts on our credit city inspection for code violations, insurance demands for new assessments, all technically legal, all designed to drown us. Amanda connected the dots. Regulation changes slipped through days after we arrived, all retroactive, all custom-built for pain. Whoever's coaching her knows federal playbooks, Amanda muttered, and that thought chilled me. Then Diane started working the neighborhood. She visited 43 houses, stoking fears, property values, kids' safety, federal intimidation. She tailored her pitch for every audience, recruiting Margaret Clark, retired corporate attorney, to her cause. Margaret fell for the act, seconding a motion to oust us at the biggest HOA meeting ever. Diane put on a show, photos, recordings, neighbor statements, all edited to look damning. Agent Rodriguez is conducting a vendetta, she proclaimed. She has the training and authority to abuse us all. The crowd bought it. Margaret, who should have been on our side, became her weapon. But then Margaret found us in the parking lot, voice low. I reviewed Diane's evidence. It's too neat. She pulled up her laptop. Timestamps didn't match. Audio was chopped. Photos were out of order. This is fabricated. And I think your sister discovered the same thing. Suddenly, Lisa's suicide didn't look like a tragedy. It looked like a hit job. Margaret kept digging. The evidence piled up: false violation letters, embezzlement, intimidation, everything documented and cross-referenced. Lisa, it turned out, had been running her own investigation using tricks even Amanda admired. We found a note in Lisa's handwriting: Diane Parker fraud, conspiracy, law enforcement protection evidence secured off-site. Lisa had stashed everything, a whistleblower's trail, ready for Amanda if anything happened. There was even a recording. Lisa's voice, 12 hours before her death, steady despite the fear. They're going to kill me tonight. Miller's compromised. Diane's behind it all. Don't let my death be for nothing. Turns out Diane and Detective Miller had built a whole racket. 23 families, forced out shell companies, snapping up homes, $2 million laundered right under everyone's noses. HOA violations, law enforcement protection, a whole criminal empire masked as community standards. Diane ran it. Miller covered it up. Lisa died for getting too close. Now Amanda had enough evidence for a federal case, but that meant months of legal fighting while Diane and Miller kept hurting people. The temptation to act fast nearly destroyed us. Amanda planned to break into Miller's office, risking her career and our marriage. We fought hard. The grief, the guilt, the rage, it almost broke us. But in the end, Amanda chose law over vengeance. Lisa believed in the system, she said, holding the broken bracelet her sister had given her at graduation. We fix this the right way or not at all. But Diane wasn't done. She set the final trap, caught Amanda on live stream, made sure 127,000 followers saw her dangerous neighbor bending for mail duty belt showing. Diane called 911, narrated the whole thing, ready to destroy Amanda's reputation in front of the world. But Officer Brennan showed up, a guy who'd worked with Amanda, who knew the difference between a threat and a setup. Body cams rolling, Amanda ID'd herself. Within 42 seconds, Brennan saluted her. Diane's followers flipped and the whole world saw who the real criminal was. Miller, desperate, showed up that night with his own bluff, only to have Amanda hand him the folder that would end it all. Emails, call, logs, payments. Lisa's last words. You're not here for admin action, Amanda told him. Tomorrow, federal agents come for you. He crumbled. At 8 a.m., they hauled him and Diane away on conspiracy, corruption, and murder charges. 6 months later, the HOA was reformed. The stolen money repaid Diane and Miller behind bars. Lisa's name went on a plaque by our mailbox sister social worker hero. Amanda and I fixed her bracelet together stronger for everything we'd survived. A new family moved into Diane's old house. "Thank you for making it safe," the new neighbor said. And for the first time in years, kids played in the street without fear. So tell me, have you ever had to choose between justice for someone you love and protecting your own future? Drop a comment and let us know how you handled that line between vengeance and the law. And if this story gave you even a shred of satisfaction, hit that like button. Because sometimes, the good guys really do win.